Hey guys, what's going on? Sherman here. Today we're going to be taking a look at a really cool sling pack from an offering that may be off the radar for a lot of people, but I've done some reviews for this company before and absolutely love their stuff. So today we're taking a look at the Coffin Sling bag by Grey Ghost Gear. Like I said, I've been doing some reviews for Grey Ghost Gear for a while and I absolutely love their products. They're really innovative. They're just no nonsense, no frills, bells and whistles. They're just hardcore, well-made, American-made tactical gear. And this bag is no exception. May not be for everybody, but I think it's really cool. So like I've been doing lately, I'm going to do a 360 and show you guys how it looks on. Like I said, it is a sling bag. Here's the retention strap. Just want to show you how it's going to look on. Very low profile. And this is in their Cryptek, I'd never pronounce it right, Typhon. Sling bag, so you sling it around to your front. But very cool coloration. This is kind of a Cryptek's urban camouflage. I know a lot of you have seen Cryptek before, and I really like it because it almost looks like reptile scales. It is really cool looking camouflage. It's not overly, I don't think overly tactical in that a lot of people don't know about this camouflage pattern. Like the general public, they know like multicam, mossy oak, woodland camo, stuff like that. But Cryptek seems to be off the radar for the most part right now. So it's not, in my opinion, overly tactical. Now the big skull Grey Ghost Gear logo might be, but especially since it's black in coloration, a lot of people don't associate black with like, you know, tactical camouflage. Like I said, a lot of times it's like the woodland camo. But anyway, what makes this really unique is that it is an ambidextrous sling pack. Kind of like I showed you with my last review by Maxpedition Gila Gear Slinger. Except this one, all the zippers and everything, it's completely ambidextrous. So right now I have it set up for my preferred carry, which is right shoulder carry, slinging around from my left side. That's my preference. But I'm just going to take it off so you guys can see. Cool thing about this bag is that the strap is right here at the top. You see, very thick strap. Down here at the bottom, the two pieces that go across your side, which are padded and very comfortable, they're identical. Here you have a D-ring on the main shoulder strap, which they can swivel on that, and it gives a good level of articulation so that when you're wearing this, it's not going to be, if you're moving around doing a lot of activity, it's not going to be moving that strap around, it's going to be articulating on this D-ring. But anyway, so since these two straps are identical, and then either one of these can be your main strap and either one of them can be your retention strap. So, like I said, I have it set up for right shoulder carry, but if I want it for left shoulder carry, simple as that. So no matter what shoulder I carry this bag on, I can sling it around, unzip the pocket, and get to what I need to get to. Alright, real quick, the dimensions of this bag are 18 inches tall by 13 inches wide by 4 inches deep. And I get this question a lot from a lot of people, and I never really can have an answer because it's just kind of specific, but it's, will this bag fit a laptop? Will this pocket fit a laptop? Well, I don't know, but it does specifically specify on their website that this backpack can accommodate a 13-inch laptop. You can see why it's called the Coffin Pack because of its traditional coffin shape. It is wider at the top and then tapers down and gets skinnier at the bottom. Very unique and I think very cool looking. And it might have some advantages, might have some disadvantages, I'm not sure, but it just looks cool. But the whole bag is constructed out of 500 denier Cordura brand lightweight ballistic nylon. All that means is it's a very lightweight but very strong, good material. And it does have a polyurethane fabric protector on it because I poured a cup of water over it before I did this review just to see. It felt like it did, but just to see. And the water beaded up and just poured right off this bag without getting the bag even the slightest bit wet. You can see on here that it has the Cryptek logo right there. That's how you know it is true Cryptek brand. It's not a knockoff Cryptek. But on the front here, it is very sterile. You don't have any MOLLE webbing or anything to attach, really anything to. On the front here, you have Grey Ghost Gear's logo, which is a very cool, very menacing looking logo. I really like it, but I really wish that there was a loop field here you know, for some Velcro patches. You know, you gotta show some Velcro patch love. So that's one thing I'm missing on the front of this. I could do without the MOLLE, but I really wish that there was some loop material here so I can put my patches and customize it myself. So otherwise, this pack, to me, wouldn't look overly tactical with the exception of that skull logo. But it is what it is. You may be able to cover it up if you wish to make it look really inconspicuous, but then you have to worry about the camouflage. But, you know, like I said, Cryptek doesn't seem to be on the radar for a lot of people right now. On the back side here, you can see the entire back side is padded foam. Let me unhook that so you guys can see. So the entire back is padded foam. You do have a little V channel here for some airflow, but the padding is very, very, or the mesh, I should say, is very large. So really good airflow on this. Even over here, these little, I call them wings, the area that goes around your body for the cross retention straps, they're also padded, and it is very soft, very nice padding. The shoulder strap is, of course, padded all the way down, but I'm very impressed with the thickness of this shoulder strap. It rivals the Hazard 4 Evac Plan B in width. And the Evac Plan B is kind of what I use as a standard for what I like to see in a shoulder strap. I like really wide shoulder straps because it distributes the weight and is a lot more comfortable. So this is very nice, and it distributes the weight beautifully. It's an extremely comfortable shoulder strap. And I really like how they brought that mesh around and folded it over like piping for the edges of the shoulder strap. So the mesh is a lot softer than the seams and edges of this nylon. So for that's going to be going up against your neck and your shoulder. So it is very cool of them to think about doing that. It is really, really clever. You can see on there it says Made in the USA. And other than that, on the front here you have a cell phone pocket, and they say it will fit an iPhone S6. I don't know about all that now because I have a Galaxy S7 and it's in a case. Drops right down there, absolutely no problem, and there's still some room. So you have that, very nice pull handle on that as well. Like I was showing you earlier, the shoulder strap has this polymer D-ring. All the accessories on this pack, all of these polymer accessories, they are all mil-spec and super high quality. So this is not your standard plastic. It is high quality polymer, like a Glock. But you have this D-ring system here. So the shoulder strap is stationary at the top, and these points wherever you'd have the cross retention strap or the other half of your shoulder strap, it's going to be able to swivel and articulate. And the purpose of that is while you're wearing this, like let's say, you know, this is on your body, and you're doing activity like bike riding, hiking, climbing, running, or whatever you're doing, the bottom part of your body that's going to be moving, it's going to be able to articulate on this D-ring and not move your shoulder strap, which is attached to the upper part of your body. Which is really good because most of the time when these are connected, you're moving around and it's all over the place. You know, your shoulder strap is getting all beat up and getting all out of sorts. But this way, when you're moving, the bag is going to articulate at this point and not your entire shoulder strap. So very clever design, I think, and I've never seen this before where it's truly ambidextrous. Now, if you did not want to use a cross retention strap, you just wanted to put this on, don't worry about it. On both sides here, I'll let that show you. On both sides, by these little wings, you have this little pocket. Now, you can obviously stash things down in there if you wish, but what they're for is that if you do not want to use a cross retention strap, like let's say you didn't want to use this one, all you have to do is just shove all this in that little pocket, and you're good to go. And and I've done this, it's very comfortable. You don't feel this at all. So, very cool. Now, maybe if you would, if this bag is really packed down. You also have some MOLLE webbing here on these, if you want to attach something to them. And another thing that's neat about these straps is that they come with strap keepers. So it's just some Velcro, and it just allows you to roll up your excess strap like so. And so it keeps it out of the way. And if you didn't want either one of these buckles, you guys will be able to see, these buckles, you push down on this part, pull that apart, and they come off just like so. So that way, if you did not want, this was folded up into the bag, you didn't want to use that cross retention strap, you're not going to be needing this either. So take that off so it's not dangling down and bugging you. Now you just have this piece of nylon fob hanging out, and you can attach something to it if you wanted. It's up to you. But it's neat that you have that option of taking this off if you'd like. One last thing at the top here, you just have a simple nylon grab handle. Now, it is double thick and very soft, very comfortable. You know, nothing special though, but it is a grab handle. The zipper tracks are reversed, like I'd like to have seen in the Gila review that I did. I'd like to have seen those, but these are reversed, and all that does is it just keeps dirt and grime from getting into those zipper tracks and making the zippers more gritty and harder to open. So it protects the integrity of the zippers and the smoothness of the zippers over time. So the zippers all have 550 cord pulls. They're not YKK brand zippers, but they are another very high quality brand. I'm not sure what it is, but they're very nice. They're very smooth, and they're metal and seem to be extremely heavy duty. So I don't feel like I'm missing much, but I just thought it was worth mentioning. So this first pocket, you open it up, just a very simple pocket. Now, one thing that's really cool that I have not seen on many other backpacks is that it comes with this 5x7 padded pouch. So, really cool. You can see it's like a ripstop nylon material. It's got a grab handle, and like I said, it is felt lined and partially padded. What this is for storing your expensive sunglasses, possibly your electronics, your eye protection, anything that you can imagine. But it's padded so that it'll protect the items inside. And it is hook back. So the entire inside of this front pocket is all loop material. So like the Gila, it really relies on you doing all the customization to this bag. But I don't mind it when it's a bag that's small like this one. You don't have to worry about, you know, filling up a ton of excess space, and you're not going to be carrying around a whole lot of stuff in this anyway. So you don't have to get too much organization. But I think it's neat, like I said, with a pack this size. But here's your main pocket, and you have more room down here. So it goes down a little bit more. But very cool addition to this pack. The main compartment, and it is the same way. So it just has the loop, and it, like I said, relies on you to provide the accessories like I've done here that you saw in the beginning of this video. This is a Hazard 4 stick-up holster. Just wanted to show you guys that in here as a practical application for this loop backing. So there's a ton of hook and loop accessories from Maxpedition, even from Grey Ghost Gear, and a ton of other companies. So you can get holsters, magazine pouches, and you have a small fob up here for lashing certain things to this, the inside of this if you want. And there's the rest of the inside of that. It goes down quite a ways. But like I said, I don't mind having to come up with my own organization with a bag this size, because, you know, there's not a whole lot of room in here. So I can get the holster in here, maybe a couple of magazine pouches, and, you know, I have a tactical go bag partially. So yeah, guys, this is a very cool, very simple, no nonsense bag. It's not too overly tactical, with the exception of the, you know, the giant skull embroidered on there. But you could figure out a way to cover that up if you don't like it. And then different colors that it might come in. I'm not sure what colors they actually have in stock right now. These retail for around $100. So for a high quality bag of this caliber, I mean, with the types of materials used, you know, the Cryptek, that's expensive stuff, and to be made here in the US, that's about the price you're going to be looking at for most bags. So I think it's a very fair price though, and I think it's worth it if you're looking into a kind of a small, simple bag used for day trips, or like I said, a range bag that you really want to customize yourself. If you have a bunch of hook and loop pockets on hand, or, you know, you plan on buying some, this is the perfect bag to customize and make it your own. So very cool bag. Definitely check it out. Post a link in the description to where you can pick it up. And big thank you to Grey Ghost Gear for sending me this to review. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this review. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay sharp, and God bless. Sherman 614. Peace.